Zero waste to landfill. That's a big challenge, and that means everyone needs to be on board with that up front and think about what it means for their individual area, what it means for the structural engineers, for the water engineers, for the traffic and transport engineers. Everyone has a part to play if we're going to get to zero landfill. Well, I grew up in the bush in a small country town, and we didn't have any entertainment precincts, so my earliest memory is probably actually coming to Lang Park when it was Lang Park. And then I particularly remember just the rubbish as we were leaving, how much rubbish was left behind, all over the seats, all over the hill. So after that, I moved to Brisbane. I got to hang out in the city a bit more, and I spent a lot more time in small communities as well, working on waste management. We work with a small community in the Torres Strait, very small island, sand island, and no room for a landfill. So we worked with them first to see if we could reduce the amount of waste that was coming onto the island. So obviously all their food comes packaged on the barge. So we worked with the supplier, is there a way that we could reduce the amount of packaging coming in? And then we work with community to be able to divert that waste. So we set up a composting system and a recycling system, and with that compost we turned it into a community garden. So then they had fresh food, and then they didn't need to bring as much onto the island. It's only less than 10 years away to the Olympics now, and real change takes many, many years. So I think if everyone is committed and wanting to move towards this, then yes, we could do it by then, but it means everyone needs to start thinking about it now, not the week before the Olympics starts or after the venue's constructed. We can really think about our construction methodology. Have we minimised the amount of construction that we actually need to do? It's very easy to just oversize a beam because then you can all have the same size and they all turn up, but perhaps we didn't need that sizing after all. A bit more design could have reduced the amount of materials within the building to start with. And then are there other products that we can use? We're in our beautiful timber building here. Obviously that has a lot less impact than using more concrete. So you're bringing up those conversations early about reducing and reusing our materials in terms of construction. And then particularly for the Olympics, thinking about how we're going to use it for those 2 weeks, but also in that legacy period. Who's going to come every day? Are they going to bring their own food? Are they going to buy food? What packaging will there be? And how can we best support them to reduce the amount of waste and reuse what we do have? Because this is really changing to a supply chain as well. There's lots of touch points that need to change, and that makes it a lot more difficult. Zero waste community would be fantastic. Landfills take up a lot of room that could be used for other things. They create environmental issues with their water runoff, smell, noise, odour if you happen to live next to one. And the more we throw in there, that is a resource that we can't use elsewhere. We'll be on the world stage. It's Brisbane and Queensland's time to say this is possible and this is how we got here.